start in Egypt. I mean, I don't know how many uprisings ago I last saw you, but this has been a remarkable year. People speaking for themselves, and you being able to hear what they have to say. How many of you watched or listened to or read at democracynow.org Sharif Abdel-Quddus or other senior producers' reports from Tahrir, from Liberation Square? Well, I don't know if Sharif is listening or not, but we were sure listening to and watching him. You know, we were in Sundance Film Festival in Park City that week in January, because we're going to bring you the best of the documentaries, the independent films that were being featured at Sundance. And we thought it would be a very interesting, somewhat laid-back week where you watch films, you interview directors, you meet all the people that they bring in. It's a totally different track than the glitterati that you see on TV, the Sundance. I don't even know where that village is because we never see it. We're usually trudging through the snow, late to one movie because we've been interviewing the director of the previous one. But it was an amazing week. We're interviewing Harry Belafonte, a new film out on him, Sing Your Song is glorious. You should all see it. It's not just about Harry, one of the most famous people in the world. It's also about the grassroots movements of the 20th century. So that opened the film festival, and we got a chance to interview Harry Belafonte the day after, and his daughter Gina Belafonte, who co-produced the film, and then Robert Redford talking about his 30 years of doing the Sundance Institute, this blockbuster Academy Award-winning actor and director, and yet what does he pour his fortune and his heart into? Incubating independent film. So to sit back with him and watch, and you might be thinking, how come I didn't hear any of this on Democracy Now? Like, did I forget a day or something? You didn't. Because as we're doing all these interviews that weekend, and we're beginning to broadcast that week from Park City, we did bring you Danny Glover talking about a new film called Black Power Mixtape, which is an incredible documentary. Swedish filmmakers came to him and his co-producer Jocelyn Barnes and said, we'd like to do a film on the Black Power movement of the United States in the 60s and 70s. And they're saying, what do you, though we respect you, know about the Black Power movement of this country? And they said, well, the thing is, there have been these tapes that have been languishing in the basement of Swedish television for the last 30 years, and we'd like to use them. What tapes, they said? Oh, well, they're tapes of Angela Davis and Huey P. Newton and Eldridge Cleaver, because we did a series 30 years ago. Swedish television did it once, and then they left those tapes. You know, the vast majority wasn't used, and now we see their power, and we'd like to use them again, so Danny's interested. And they do this remarkable film, bringing the Black Power movement to the current times and hearing the voices of Angela and others. So I got to interview Danny Glover. That was amazing. And we did get to run that on Monday. Then on Tuesday, we had all the folks in who were focused on a film called Hot Coffee. And this wasn't as hot as that, but it was absolutely delicious. Thank you so much, Durango Coffee Company. We sneak there before here. Truly delicious. So Hot Coffee is a documentary I hope you all see. Some people are talking about it as the new Inconvenient Truth. This is about the corporate takeover of our courts, diminishing our ability as citizens to have access to our courts. And it's about coffee from a slightly different company than Durango Coffee Company. It's called McDonald's, and it's the story of